King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard are back at it again with a brand new single called Risque to add to the already insanely huge collection of music that they've released over the last however many years, 10, 15. It's insane. Like, I had a really big phase of being very into King Giz around 2019, so that's when Fishing for Fishies and Infest the Rat's Nest came out. The fact that I'm even saying 2 albums came out that year is nuts. The fact that they are the complete opposite style is even better. But genuinely, for my money, Infest the Rat's Nest is one of the best thrash metal albums you'll ever hear. It's so good. I can't recommend that enough. And I had a little phase of like being into it. I listened to Chunky Shrapnel, which I think was actually a live album. And then they had the one that had Gila Monster on it and a few other things like that. But since I've like paid less attention to them in the last couple of years, they've released like another 6 albums, which I should probably go back and listen to, really. I liked Gila Monster and a few other ones, but there's just so much content. But you know, their good stuff goes all the way back. You know, you've got Rattlesnake, even 12 Bar Bruise. And if you look up on Ultimate Guitar, Eyes Like the Sky, which is their cowboy concept album, I'm the one that wrote the tab for Eyes Like the Sky, so there you go. Anyway, they've been apparently touring this new set of music. They've been releasing them and like playing them live on this most recent tour, which I'm really annoyed I didn't go to, but that's besides the point. But yeah, so I thought, let's have a look and see what other levels of crazy, insane creativity can these Aussie rockers send us down. I will admit that sometimes they can get a bit too microtonal and proggy for me. It's kind of where, like, when they release one of those albums, I tend to pay less attention. But I have seen, I think this is probably not like that. But anyway, there's no point in guessing when it's right in front of me. They're such charismatic bastards, but you wonder whether that's just because they're Aussies and all Aussies are charismatic. Okay. Nice. Okay. I did see a thing in an article that said that they wanted to have as many lead vocalists in this as they possibly could, which I'm assuming means they basically said if you wrote the line, you sang it, which is kind of a cool tactic. Oh, I've just realised the very obvious Freddie Mercury parodies here. I like the vibe though, kind of funky. He's channeling as well, I love that. Ah, there's that harmonica. It's funny, they like, even though they have such a like changing, shifting sound, they have quite a definitive set of instruments that they use. I have noticed that, and that harmonica coming in there, he's such a good harmonica player. It's very satisfying to hear that kind of squeak its way back in. He looks simultaneously really angry and having a great time. Whoa, hello. Nice. Ooh, I like this little like back and forth bit. And I like that the video's taking a complete and utter like side turn as well. I'm not going to try and pretend I know which member this is. I don't think this is the lead guy. I think, is he a drummer or something? Either way, it's like cool to see them all do their vocals. Because they, if you don't know, they have 2 drummers. Don't know why. King Giz. I like this back and forth. The tonal shift. And that bass line just fucking down. Of course. Not singing about what you know, I guess. Oh, that bass line is absolutely fat. Can't tell which one is which anymore. I did see again that there's apparently this hangar that they're filming this in is like prestigious in some way. My guess is it's maybe like a museum hangar or something like that. I just saw a thing saying we are very grateful to be allowed to have this hangar to mess around with because of just looking at all the random planes in the background. It's a super interesting background. There's a lot of like interesting non-typical looking planes. Like this one. It's that deadpanness. This is amazing.
Okay, let's ride.
Ooh, fat little riff there. Oh, they're loud in the plane. God, their like enjoyment of this is infectious. I bet you they had to be so fucking careful during the shot for this. Yeah. Oh, he's actually quite a good dancer as well. New section. Yeah, here we go. Here's the lead guy. Slightly shorter hair. I like how he's got the guitar, but he's not playing. Also, it's a very nice looking guitar. Ah, they got one of those like track camera shots. Sick. Man, I'm digging this. I love the detail that he's not playing the guitar. There's that gang vocalist thing going on. That was great. That was so good. I enjoyed that a lot. That must be one of the best new songs I've heard in a long time. Goddamn, when King Giz do what I like, they really do what I like. You can see those like prog influences in there because like every verse was different. I don't think there was a repeated section or even a repeated melody, which I guess also tracks with the whole like whoever wrote the melody line sings it kind of thing. But like obviously the chords were similar, but like every section, whilst being perfectly in sync with the other sections, was wonderfully distinct. There was bits where the bass came out. Suddenly, like it turns out they can all kind of sing in their various different ways, which is actually really interesting to see because I don't feel like you see a lot of that in this band anyway. No, it had this like infectious kind of like groove to it the whole way through. Those lead lines, the harmonica bleeding through. Like it's not a very expansive set of instruments, but they're used perfectly. Each one is brought to the forefront just when it's required, then dropped back down again. The vocals are passed around wonderfully. They had these like great little moments where like a new vocalist would take it over and it went down for a second, and then it got brought up again with more gang vocally stuff. Oh, I'm spewing verbal diarrhea because that was so good. And then the music video, god damn, if you're gonna like do a single location music video, that's how you do it. That is how you do that. They had this such an infectious like. Didn't just want to be in there and dancing with them because I really, really did. They've all got their little moves and they've all got their cheeky little smiles, but then they'd like do this like crazy silly deadpan shit, and then they got the guy who I believe might be the owner of the hangar, maybe, you know, like creeping out behind the bloody behind the plane. That was so enjoyable from like every angle. I'm gonna have to go. I can smell a King Giz phase coming on. I can smell it. I can smell it. Okay, calm down, Renz. Calm down. It's okay. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the other tracks in this album if they are of a similar style. I just like their slightly more upbeat, slightly less proggy stuff, and this is that in a nutshell. But now I feel like I'm going to go through the last like 6 albums they've released and see whether or not there's any more like this that I like. I like it when they go super heavy, and I like it when they go kind of funky. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching and staying through my like enthusiastic gabbling. Don't know if that's a word, but okay. Big question this week. In the comments, let me know, what is your favourite King Giz album? If you know them well enough to know how complicated that is, good luck. I will say mine is Infest the Rat's Nest, but it's close up with a few other ones that are also extremely fucking good. But we're going to stick with Infest the Rat's Nest. So yeah, let me know in the comments your favourite King Giz album. Like, share, subscribe, all that fantastic stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!